As you can see, it's the winter time. We got a lot of road salt underneath here, and the salt wreaks havoc on everything rubber. So and you can see what happened right inside here. This one is ripped out. So we're going to be replacing the bushing on this side here. We're going to also change the one on the other side, because you have to disconnect the other side to get this one out. You're going to unbolt it here, but then you have to go around the other side, and you have to unbolt the other side also to get the sway bar up, so we can get this link out. So we're going to be changing both of them. The other side is a little bit worse condition than this, but to avoid a problem in the down the road, we're going to be taking care of it now. So let's spray this up with some penetrating oil, and let's get started. Okay, replacing the sway bar links, you've got two options. You can use an air gun and shoot it off with an air gun. If that was the case, you would actually hold the wrench on this lower nut right here, and you would come in here with an impact gun and shoot that off. And if you did it by hand, you could just hold it with the wrench and use a ratchet to unscrew it. I'm going to show you the top and bottom. I'm going to show you the bottom is going to do this with the air gun. The top, I'm going to show you doing it by hand. Alright, so let me grab the air gun and show you how it's done. What you're going to do with the air gun, you just hold your wrench right here and shoot it off with the air gun. Right, fairly simple. If you're going to do it by hand, say up top here is a little bit more difficult. You can get in here with an air gun that is a little bit tighter, but you can hold it. You could do the top one with just a regular wrench and a ratchet. Just going to spray everything up so it's nice and lubricated. Take your wrench, hold the nut, which is right here on the part of the stabilizer link itself. You put it on here, and instead of holding it and trying to keep it from rotating, just lean it up against something so it's fairly solid, so it isn't going anywhere. And then you can take it off by hand also. Take your nut off. We're going to throw it all away because we're not going to be reusing any of that. The new stuff comes with, all brand new. Now obviously I did go around the other side, and I took the other side off already, so that way we can push the sway bar up like this to get it out. But you would do the exact same thing obviously on the other side to get that out. So if you just lift your sway bar up, pull your link out, and then we're going to grab the new link and we're going to put it back together. Once you've got your replacement parts, before you put it onto the car, I always put the grease fitting into it. It's a lot easier putting it in sometimes here, and that way you'll make sure you have it lined up in the correct direction to grease it later on. So we're just going to tighten that up a little bit, and then we're going to get over to the car, and or truck in this case, and we'll put it back together. All right. Fairly easy. It's not really a hard job. What we're going to do is the other side I have the new stabilizer link is already loosely installed on the other side. But basically what you want to do is we're going to be putting this back inside here. You're going to take your flat washer, and the flat washer goes on like that. Slides your flat washer goes on like that. Slide your bushing right over the top of it like this, and then we need to put this piece here through here, and then put it back through the frame, the lower control arm I should say, and put it back through here. Now the other side, like I said, I have it loosely connected on the other side just so I can put this back together. We're going to push this back down like that. We install on the top our rubber bushing. We put on the steel washer over the top of it. We just screw this nut on loosely right now. The grease fitting is facing to the front. It makes it a little bit easier to lubricate it later on, versus if you have it to the back, it may be a little bit more difficult. Screw your nut on the bottom. And remember, you can do it any way. You could shoot it on with the air gun, or you could tighten it on with a ratchet or a wrench, whatever you've got available. So let me go on to the other side. I'm going to put that bushing on the other side on the top there, and then we're going to tighten this up, and we'll wrap this job up. All right, you've got to hold the lower part right here so it doesn't rotate. You come on here with just your air gun or a ratchet, whatever you've got, and you can shoot it in until it's nice and tight. And you'll know when it's locked down, you'll hear it. Tighter up in here because of the angles with everything. But if you have a smaller air gun and you want to get in there, you can. If not, you can do it by hand, you can do it with a ratchet, you can do it with a wrench, whatever works for you. Alright, just gotta hold the tie rod in here, put your ratchet on top of it, and then just tighten it down. You don't want to crush the bushings too far down because they're going to wind up with the same exact thing that's going to happen that happened on the previous one. They're going to wind up splitting and you're going to have a problem. Let me show you what that's going to look like. Right? This is basically what you want the bushings to look like. You don't want to crush them to the point where they're going to wind up splitting right down and through here, but you just tighten them down. These nuts here are, they have usually it's a nylon, self-locking nut that once it tightens down, you don't have to snug it down until it's tight. It won't reverse itself off. It's nice. It's self-locking. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to go around to the other side. We're going to reassemble the other side just like we did right here. And before we send the job out the door, we're going to put some grease into the fittings to lubricate everything. It'll prolong the life of it, and hopefully the customer will never have to replace these again. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me the thumbs up if you like it or whatever. All right, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.